Hi, Mrs. Frank.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I'm a rehabilitation assistant student from VCC. I work under occupational therapist Carmen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So for today though, she asked me to come in here and help you with some food preparation exercises and techniques. Because recently you have a fracture, right?
Yeah.
On your right arm. Yeah, I'm really sorry to hear that.
I know.
So yeah, that's the reason why she asked me to come in here. So that way, she wants me to show you some techniques on how to prepare food, that so that it'll be a lot more easier for you. Second is she wants me to educate you with and tell you some ideas on how to make it a lot easier for you to kind of like move into your kitchen. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, are you okay with proceeding with me for this activity? All right. So first of all though, are you feeling any pain right now on your
A little
arm?
bit if I start moving it.
Okay. So
But
as much
right
as
now
possible.
it's okay.
All right. But don't worry. We're not going to use your right arm. Just as much as possible. Just limit the movements.
Okay.
Okay. So first of all, when we try to for this task, we'll be preparing you. I will be helping you make tea and toast. So first of all, it's really all about prioritization. So you have to think about which takes longer, and as much as possible, you want to accomplish that task first that takes a lot longer. Okay. So are you able to stand up? You're able to stand up, right?
Yeah.
There we go. All right, Mrs. Frank. I'll just move the chair away from you. So first, on your kitchen, where are your spices and your seasoning usually are?
Usually here.
Yeah. Another thing
Or
is sometimes they're in the cupboard too as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, you for now though you might want to ask your kids or your grandchildren to temporarily, just for now until your arm heals up, is you want to temporarily bring down the stuff that you usually need off the cupboard and onto the counter, so that way you don't need to overreach, and it'll be a lot easier for you to pretty much everything is like on arm's reach, okay? And that's what you want, okay? So when you make tea, which one takes longer to do?
When I make tea?
Tea and toast. Usually it's because you have to boil the water, right?
Yeah.
Boiling
so
water
it's the tea.
takes quite a while, okay? So first is you want to start off with turning on the kettle and bring on the water, okay?
Okay.
All right. So just make sure if there's water inside. Is there water?
A little.
Okay.
Little.
Okay, so you want to turn that thing on. Yeah. And we'll go right here, and we have mugs onto the dryer here, so you can just grab one for yourself. Yeah. So you want to bring that to the counter. Yeah. And we've got some tea here. Okay, let's bring it right here. They have a yeah. So for this is we're just gonna take the lid off. Yeah. Which tea?
Do we have chai?
We don't have chai.
We don't have chai.
We only
I
have.
wanted tea with milk.
Oh, unfortunately we don't. We have green tea right now.
Okay, we can drink.
Next time I'll try to bring chai tea. Okay.
Okay.
So for this though is as much as possible you want, when you buy teas, there are actually teas where it doesn't have the packaging anymore. It's usually on a metal container, and you just pop open the metal container and the tea bags are already there. You don't need to you try not to buy the individually wrapped, okay?
Okay.
But unfortunately right now we have the individually wrapped, but they sell those in stores where you just pop open the
Okay. Yeah.
just grab one step. And just put right there. Okay, so now we're gonna, while we're waiting for the water to heat up, we'll go get our toast, okay? So first you need your bread, right?
Mm.
There's your bread. And you just close this. And your toast as well. I mean your butter.
Okay.
Good. So just make sure everything's neat. And do you know where your plates are?
Yeah, they're
So
there.
that's what I'm saying. Is just for now though. Just ask your
Okay. I'll pretend you're my
I'm your
My
grandson.
grandson.
I'm your grandson.
Thank
Alright,
you.
So just go get a plate for you.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, so you can just place it right here, and you can just get a
Ah,
yeah.
butter knife.
Yeah, butter knife. Alright. So yeah.
Thank you.
It's just
One of those.
so now your hot water is done, right?
Yes.
So now it takes time to steep the tea.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna put on the hot water first.
Right.
Yes. Yeah,
Like
just
this
bring
thing?
yeah, you can just bring the cup with you. And there you go. Because usually it takes 3 to 4 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. So just watch out. Good.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good enough. Yeah, and we'll wait. So that 3 minutes, that should be enough time for you to. So that way you don't get tired, you don't go back and forth, back and forth. So as much as possible, always start off with the things that takes the longer to make than
Okay.
the fastest, the last things that you do. Okay. Just put on the butter. Alright, there you go. So then we'll just put it on the toaster.
Okay.
There we go. So while we're waiting for the toast and the butter, so you want to turn on the toaster? There we go. So while we're waiting to turn on the toaster, I'll give you some tips
Mm-hmm.
to make it a lot easier for you to prepare food into your kitchen, okay? So these are just temporary till your arm heals up. But first that you might want to consider is buying vegetables, so pre-cut vegetables, pre-cut meat, so that way you don't need to kind of struggle with cutting vegetables and cutting meat, because I mean you need both hands when you do those things or when you do those tasks, right? So you might want to do vegetables. Yeah, you might want to purchase vegetables and meat that's already pre-cut. Second is, yeah, so what I said is all the things that you use a lot in your cupboard, bring it down. Make sure that they're already on the table, so that way you don't need to kind of like overreach. Another thing is buying microwavable meals. Yeah, I know. I mean, it doesn't compare compared to a home cooked meal, but just a temporary measure, so that way it'll be a lot easier for you. Just buy microwavable meals. They also have those meals on wheels if you want something that's a lot better. They do cost quite a bit more, but if you have the budget for it, go for it. I can send you a pamphlet on how to get those meals on wheels. Another thing is we have one of those chopping boards actually that has a knife attached on it. I'll let Carmen know. Maybe she has a sample that I can show you. Maybe you can benefit from that as well. It has like a suction pad underneath it that you can put on the counter. It's a lot stable. When you need to cut something, you can just put something. The knife is attached on a hinge, and you can just like slice it with just one hand. So you don't need to hold the vegetable. And yeah, so we'll just wait for the toast.
I'm getting hungry.
I think this is good now. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get you
How do we?
get
I
a
think
tongue.
I have a tongue here.
Oh, they're on the sink right now. We can just use this
Okay.
for now. Yeah.
Wooden spoon.
A wooden
Okay.
spoon. Yeah. As long as you have something to pick it up without.
A bit challenging here.
Maybe it's a lot easier with a knife. With a fork.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
There.
Almost. I might need your help.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah. All right.
Get to eat.
So yeah. So now you have your toast and.
My tea is ready.
Yeah. So do you have any questions?
No, it's all good. Thank you.
All right.
For showing me.
Yeah. So I'll let Carmen know how our session went.
Mhm.
But so far you did a really good job of doing the tea
Thank you.
and the toast. I know it could be quite challenging with just using one hand. And are you right-handed or are you left-handed?
I'm actually right.
Yeah, so it's a lot even more harder. But
Yeah.
yeah, don't worry, it's just temporary.
Mhm.
And yeah, I'll hope to see you soon again.
Thank you.
You know, wish you good health.
Thank you.
And okay, have a good day. Okay.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Bye,
Okay,
Miss Frank.
bye.
So Carmen with Miss Frank, she needed just supervision. She's able to prepare her own food with minimal assistance. She just had some trouble opening up the container, so I asked her if she can ask her grandkids to just take off the container. With making the tea too, I asked her to buy one of those tea bags where it's not individually wrapped. Another thing is that overall though I feel like she did really good. I told her to bring all the important or the most used items that she has in her kitchen down, so that way it's a lot easier for her to reach. I also told her to buy those ready to eat food or those cut vegetables, so she doesn't have to put in a lot of effort to prepare her meals. Overall though, she did really well, and yeah, thank you.